One newborn is a handful. Having 9 at once, well, that must be harrowing.
Now, a 70-year-old Ugandan woman has given birth to twins after receiving fertility treatment, making her one of the world's oldest new mothers.
You've definitely heard your fair share of touching birth stories, but have you ever come across ones that seem too good to be true? From a mother with 44 children to the uncommon occurrence of twins conceived in separate wombs, here are the 10 most incredible birth stories that will leave you in amazement. Number 10. 9. Babies. Halima Sissi, a brave mother from Mali, broke records and captivated the world's attention with the birth of her unusual child. Halima welcomed 9 wonderful bundles of joy into the world in a feat that exceeded the odds and expectations, cementing her place in the Guinness World Records annals.
Now to an extremely rare pregnancy and a possible world record. A 25-year-old woman from Mali has given birth to 9 babies, 2 more than she expected.
The path to this historic moment was plagued with hurdles and uncertainty, but Halima's unflinching determination and the unfailing support of her loved ones carried her ahead on this incredible trip. Prior to the historic delivery in May 2021, Halima was airlifted to Morocco for specialized care, demonstrating the global effort made to safeguard the well-being of both mother and baby. Halima and her devoted family spent months in Casablanca, where they received the medical attention and support they needed to deal with the complications of multiple deliveries. Despite their distance from home, their spirits remained unshaken, inspired by a firm faith in the supernatural and an unyielding will to overcome adversity. As the big day approached, Halima and her family returned to the bustling streets of Bamako, Mali, where they were greeted with a warm hug from their community and strong support from the government. Halima's husband, Abdelkader Arbi, expressed gratitude for the Malian government's financial aid while understanding the great responsibility that lay ahead. "It's a lot of work," he said, "but God, who gave us this blessing, will help us in their upbringing and taking care of them." His statements echoed the thoughts of a grateful heart infused with strong faith and resilience in the face of adversity. Health Minister Dieminatu Sangara confirmed the government's commitment to assisting the family, acknowledging the significance of their journey and its tremendous influence on the nation as a whole. The birth of Halima's 9 children, a monument to the human spirit's endurance and the limitless depths of mother love, captivated people all over the world. The delivery itself was a marvel of contemporary medicine, with the 9 babies, 5 girls and 4 boys, being delivered via cesarean surgery at only 30 weeks gestation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
In the days and weeks that followed, the babies encountered numerous hurdles due to their preterm birth. But their tenacious spirits and the unshakable dedication of their carers ensured their steady improvement. From the hospital to the comfort of their own home, the newborns were cared for around the clock, with every need met with love and compassion. As they celebrated their first birthdays, Halima and Abdelkader marveled at each child's distinct personality, basking in the joy of parenthood and the priceless gift of life. Their voyage had captured the hearts of their fellow Malians, who were anxious to meet the renowned 9 and share the family's tremendous delight. Number 9. Birth in Bathtub. In the history of unexpected delivery, Caitlin's story stands as a tribute to the extraordinary tenacity of the human spirit. Caitlin, a young lady barely out of her 20s, was thrown into the frightening tornado of parenting unexpectedly. Unaware of her pregnancy, she was taken aback by the sudden onset of symptoms, a ravenous hunger, unexplained weight gain, and a delay in her monthly cycle. However, in the midst of uncertainty, she rejected these indicators, believing that motherhood was impossible. Caitlin's world was rocked by painful abdominal sensations, which she originally mistook for monthly cramps. Despite her fiancé's efforts to seek medical assistance, she dismissed his concerns, believing that the misery would eventually pass. Little did she know, fate had other intentions. Alone in her home, Caitlin found herself engulfed in agony, the torment growing to inconceivable levels, a visceral attack that left her gasping for air. Desperate for relief, She sought comfort in the soothing embrace of a hot bath, hoping against hope that it might ease her suffering. Instead of relief, she found herself falling deeper into the abyss of misery, the pain rising with each passing instant. Caitlin's body revolted against her in the midst of despair, forcing her to give in to the primordial impulse to push, a primal drive born of desperation and dread. With quivering hands and a heart laden with dread, she readied herself for what lay ahead, her thoughts clouded with visions of imminent disaster. And suddenly, Caitlin felt it, a sensation unlike any other, as if the entire fabric of her being was being ripped apart. With a courage born of necessity, she mustered all of her might and pushed. Her cries were drowned out by an empty house. Caitlin was frozen in time, filled with uncertainty and dread as she wrestled with the terrible reality of what lay ahead of her. Despite her sadness, she discovered a store of information within herself, a sliver of wisdom garnered from numerous hours spent watching childbirth-themed television shows. Caitlin set out on an uncertain voyage with shaking hands and a sorrowful heart, relying on the knowledge she gained from her television observations. Caitlin used scissors sterilized by the flickering flame of a lighter to sever the umbilical cord that connects mother and child in sight, evocative of a bizarre dream. It was a symbolically charged moment that demonstrated the human spirit's resiliency and the unbreakable tie between mother and child. As word spread about Caitlin's amazing performance, many people struggled to comprehend the incongruity of her situation. A woman who gave birth without the unmistakable indications of pregnancy or the supervision of medical professionals. Despite the skepticism and disbelief, Caitlin's story is a moving reminder of the limitless depths of maternal instinct and the remarkable lengths that a mother would go to protect her child. Number 8. World's oldest mother. Safina Namukwaya, a 70-year-old woman, defied expectations and rewrote her life script by giving birth to twins, making her one of the world's oldest mothers.
Well, a 70-year-old Ugandan woman has given birth to twins after receiving fertility treatment, making her one of the world's oldest new mothers.
Safina Namukwaya gave birth to a boy and a girl, thanks to the wonders of modern medicine and a mother's steadfast perseverance. Namukwaya had a cesarean section at the Women's Hospital International and Fertility Center in Kampala.
Safina Namukwaya gave birth to a boy and a girl last Wednesday via cesarean section at a medical center in Kampala.
Surrounded by hushed whispers of anticipation, bringing her lovely bundles of joy into the world's embrace. Arthur Matsiko, a fertility center representative, announced the happy news to the globe, confirming Namukwaya's health and vitality following her historic birth. She is healthy, she's chatting. Matsiko confirmed that she would walk around the hospital if doctors instructed her to, demonstrating the perseverance and tenacity of the human spirit. Namukwaya's story stands out as a beacon of inspiration in an area where stories of hope and triumph are frequently told in the midst of tragedy. At such an age, she beat the odds and welcomed the miracle of life with open arms, her strong faith leading her through the ups and downs of IVF treatments. Namukwaya's path to motherhood was paved by pioneering advances in vitro fertilization, a process that provided her with a ray of hope in the face of age-related concerns. She set out on a journey with the help of donor eggs and her partner's sperm, which culminated in the birth of her cherished twins, a tribute to the enduring power of love and the limitless potential of modern medicine. Dr. Edward Tamale Sali, Namukwaya's reproductive specialist, explained the remarkable circumstances surrounding the twins' births. Born at 30 weeks and weighing more than 3 pounds, they became symbols of hope and resilience, demonstrating a mother's everlasting love. Following her historic delivery, Namukwaya reflected on her journey with appreciation and amazement. "I feel great," she said, her voice full of enthusiasm. "Some may argue that 70 is an elderly age, but God chose to bless me with twins at 70. No one can limit God's authority and strength. Namukwaya's desire to become a mother sprang from a profound longing, a need to fill the emptiness left by years of childlessness. I cared for people's children and saw them grow up and leave me alone. I wondered who would look after me when I got old," she acknowledged.
"I cared for other people's children, and I would see them grow and leave me alone. I wondered who would care for me after I become very elderly.
her words ringing with the sad resonance of a life formed by love and sacrifice. Namukwaya, however, found peace and support in the embrace of her remote hamlet, demonstrating the strength of community and the enduring links of family. Surrounded by loved ones, she set out on the road of motherhood with courage and resolve, knowing she would never be alone in her mission to nurture and protect her darling children. Number 7. Mother of 44 children. Mariam Nabatanzi, Babari, lovingly known as Mama Uganda or Mother Uganda, shows resilience and maternal courage in the face of unusual circumstances. Born around 1980, Babari's path into motherhood began at the age of 13, when she was married. This introduction marked the beginning of an astonishing journey in which she navigated the landscape of motherhood with unyielding determination. By the age of 36, she had given birth to an astonishing 44 children, an accomplishment unrivaled in its size. These offspring included 3 sets of quadruplets, 4 sets of triplets, and 6 sets of twins for a total of 15 births. A rare genetic abnormality caused hyperovulation due to larger ovaries, resulting in an unusually high incidence of multiple births. Babari underwent a medical intervention at 2019 at the age of 40 in order to avoid future pregnancies. Babari's story took a dramatic turn as she assumed the role of single provider following her husband's abandonment in 2015. When she was left with the enormous burden of nurturing her large family, she was confronted with a daunting situation. Her husband, overwhelmed by the thought of supporting such a large brood, abandoned his responsibilities and fled with the family's financial resources. This watershed moment thrust Babari into a dangerous existence, where her courage became her most valuable attribute. Babari lives in the community of Kasawo in central Uganda's Mukono area, where he faces daily survival challenges. Her family of around 66 people, including her children, grandchildren, and daughters-in-law, faces the difficult terrain of life with stoic determination. Babari's existence is precarious, relying primarily on the generosity of contributors who provide necessary commodities such as food, shelter, and other essentials. Despite her brave attempts as a part-time tailor, herbalist, and hairdresser, she faces the hard realities of financial insecurity, a sharp reminder of her husband's abandonment. Babari and her children live in a poor dwelling that reflects the harsh realities of their situation. The complex, which consists of 5 cement block dwellings with corrugated iron roofs, acts as a haven away from the ups and downs of everyday life. However, the appearance of refuge conceals the harsh reality that unfolds behind its walls. The residence consists of 17 rooms, most of which are bedrooms, and it lacks basic conveniences such as tables and chairs. 9 of these compartments are neglected, with barren floors indicating a lack of resources. The remaining bedrooms, outfitted with 8 bunk beds, house a fraction of Babari's children, their exhausted bodies falling into decaying mattresses. Babari remains undeterred by the adversity that pervades her life, harboring hopes and aspirations for a better future. A strong desire to retake possession of her family's housing complex motivates her pursuit of financial stability. With a residual debt, she sets her sights on obtaining $1,400 to settle this obligation. Number 6. 2 days, 2 pregnancies. In the heart of Alabama, amidst the quiet halls of the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital, a remarkable and miraculous story unfolded. Kelsey Hatcher, a 32-year-old woman whose path to motherhood was complicated by a rare double uterus. Kelsey's journey to parenting was riddled with hardships, but her unrelenting determination and steadfast perseverance would eventually bring her to the pinnacle of bliss. 20 hours of labor, a monument to her unyielding resolve, resulted in the birth of twins, Roxy Layla and Rebel Lakin, on 2 separate days, defying scientific probabilities. Kelsey and her husband Caleb saw the arrival of their miracle babies as the climax of a journey full of hope, perseverance, and unshakable faith. A dicavitary pregnancy, a 1 in a million occurrence, unfolded within Kelsey's 2 uteri, a medical miracle that astounded even experienced specialists. Kelsey's obstetrician, Dr. Shweta Patel, described the shock that greeted the finding of not one but two infants nestled within their separate chambers, a true medical surprise that defied all expectations. Amidst the cheers and happiness surrounding Roxy Layla's birth, another miracle awaited. A second baby, Rebel Lakin, ready to make her spectacular entrance into the world. Kelsey's difficult journey unfolded simultaneously in both uteri, demonstrating her strength and resilience in the face of adversity. Her pregnancy, which was classified as high risk due to the rarity of her disease, required close monitoring and induction at 39 weeks. Despite the inherent hurdles, Kelsey remained steady in her determination, her unflinching faith functioning as a light of hope in the face of looming uncertainty. As the hours passed and labor continued, Kelsey found herself juggling the delicate balance of laboring in one uterus and the postpartum process in the other, a bizarre experience that defied conventional wisdom. Nonetheless, guided by the skillful hands of her medical team and fortified by the undying support of her loved ones, she persisted, her determination unwavering in the face of adversity. And then, among the calm dawn of a new day, Rebel Lakin made her long-awaited debut, completing the miraculous journey that began with her sister's birth just the day before. For Kelsey and Caleb, the birth of their twin daughters was nothing short of a miracle. Now, let's check out today's subscriber pick. This one is an excellent demonstration of multitasking. This pregnancy broke all records which even doctors did not believe changed medical history. It's shocking how a Kentucky mother of 5, Heather Scotts, gave birth to her 6th kid on the side of the road, while her other children were in the car. Thinking her due date was 3 weeks away, the surprise delivery arrived on May 15, 2022. Talking to a news outlet, Scotts shared some details about the incident, saying, "I was having light contractions before we left, so I figured I had time to run an errand. I thought I wouldn't have a baby in my arms until 8 or 10 hours later," she said. But nature had other plans, as Scotts's contractions intensified, coming closer together, a clear sign she was in labor. Scotts stated that she began driving faster in the hopes of having the scheduled home water birth, but time ran out. "I pulled over, assured the kids that everything was fine, and then I grabbed my phone and got out of the van," Scotts recalled, describing the squat posture she assumed on the ground after her water broke. According to Today Parents, Scotts was able to capture the 7-pound kid. Scotts then drove home with her infant on her lap, the placenta still not delivered. Her other children range in age from 2 to 13. Another daughter, Layla, passed away from cancer in 2016 at the age of 4. Scotts delivered her placenta in the shower, assisted by her 13-year-old daughter, Kaylin. That is one tough and resourceful woman who knows how to handle herself. Would you guys be able to do what Heather did? Let us know in the comments below. Number 5. Longest delivery time. A Polish woman in the town of Wrocław embarked on an incredible adventure, surpassing the record for the longest delivery time. In a story that defied childbirth standards, Joanna, motivated by mother instinct, began on a perilous journey that lasted more than a month. This pregnancy broke all records, which even doctors did not believe changed medical history.
This is like it's all new all over again.
It started with the preterm birth of one of the 3 fetuses in her womb. Despite tremendous efforts, this small soul succumbed to the peril of its early arrival, leaving Joanna to deal with loss and determination in equal parts. With unyielding resolve, she swore to save the last 2 lives at any cost, launching a tale of tenacity and endurance. As the days turned into weeks, Joanna found herself in a strange limbo, her body a battlefield between life and death.
Joanna's opening up about the surprise pregnancy, its impact on their family and work, and why being a new mom is so different this time around.
She bore the constant onslaught of labor pangs with stoic fortitude, despite being placed in an awkward and painful position. 75 endless days passed, each filled with the intensity of expectancy and fear. Joanna's labor surpassed all expectations, as the typical for deliveries is 8 to 12 hours. Her journey was marked by defiance of convention, a monument to a mother's unwavering resolve in battling for her unborn children. Typically, a kid is considered full-term during the 7th and 9th months of gestation. However, Joanna's infants, born preterm, faced an uphill battle for survival from the start. Despite desperate attempts to stop her contractions, fate remained unwavering. With each passing day, the odds mounted against them, but Joanna's determination remained unwavering. The twins in her womb defied the odds by gestating for an incredible 32 weeks, thanks to her determined posture and the watchful care of medical personnel. And then, amid a swirl of anxiety and anticipation, they arrived in the world, a baby girl and a newborn boy, each a tribute to the victory of the human spirit over hardship. Though not yet considered full-term, their arrival was an important milestone in their long journey. They were carefully monitored in incubators, their frail frames cocooned in the warmth of medical care. Days went into weeks as they teetered on the edge between fragility and resilience, with their growth closely monitored. Finally, after a time of vigilance and patience, they were cleared to leave the hospital and begin a new chapter in their lives with their beloved mother at their side. Number 4. Surprise birth. Life has a strange way of delivering unexpected surprises, but none are as deep and life-changing as the birth of a surprise baby. Kayla Simpson's road to motherhood exemplifies life's awe-inspiring unpredictability, a story that defies explanation while celebrating the miraculous. Kayla, a young lady negotiating life's difficulties, was unexpectedly forced into the disorienting whirlwind of motherhood. Not known to her, the seeds of parenthood had been silently planted within her, hidden beneath the surface of normalcy and routine. Despite her pregnancy, Kayla was blissfully unaware, her body showing no symptoms of the child growing within her. With a regular monthly cycle and a body that belied her condition, she proceeded on her way, unaware of the miracle taking place within her womb. It was a disastrous day, defined by the unexpected onset of agonizing pain, a visceral attack that sent Kayla into convulsions. She sought safety in the sacred halls of the emergency room, sure that appendicitis was to blame for her pain. However, within moments of her arrival, fate would intervene, revealing the truth hidden deep within her being. As doctors worked to determine the source of Kayla's agony, a scan revealed a discovery that would forever change the direction of her life. Kayla's mother witnessed a sight beyond comprehension in the dim light of the ultrasound monitor. A small figure snuggled within the limits of her daughter's womb, ready to make her grand entrance into the world. With the startling realization, Kayla was plunged into the throes of labor, a tornado of emotions and sensations that were beyond comprehension. Her life changed in a matter of minutes as she dealt with the gravity of the historic event unfolding in front of her. Amidst the noise and excitement of the delivery room, Kayla mustered all of her power, her primordial instincts guiding her through the procedure. With each breath and push, she launched her daughter into the world, her cries joining the song of new life. In a moment of profound clarity, Kayla clutched her newborn daughter in her arms, a small bundle of joy, a tribute to the human spirit's resiliency and limitless capacity for love. Kayla set out on a journey of discovery as she emerged from labor, one marked by love, laughter, and the indelible tie between mother and child. 2 days later, mother and daughter left the hospital, their emotions full of thanks and excitement. Kayla's surprise baby is more than just a wonderful turn of events. It is a treasured gift, a light of hope in the face of life's uncertainty. When she stares into her lovely daughter's eyes, she sees more than simply a child. She sees a lifelong companion, confidant, and her greatest source of happiness. Number 3. Most premature delivery. Where the delicate dance of life occurs within the sanctuary of the womb, there is a profound understanding, a gestational threshold beyond which a fetus's survivability is guaranteed. Traditionally, this barrier is set at 7 months, which is critical for the maturation of the unborn child and protects against the risks of premature birth. However, throughout the great span of medical knowledge and human experience, some instances defy convention, stretching the boundaries of possibility to their limits. Such is Michelle Butler's incredible story, which unfolds against the backdrop of July 5, 2020, when the impossible became possible in the calm halls of a hospital. It started with the onset of labor, a violent tempest that swept Michelle into a state of uncertainty. She was rushed to a hospital, where the fate of her unborn twins was in jeopardy. At precisely 1 p.m., amidst the hushed whispers of medical personnel, her premature infants entered the world, a testament to the fragility and resilience of life. Infants born at 21 weeks and 1 day gestation defy statistical likelihood. With little to no chance of survival, their arrival marked the beginning of an unpredictable journey, one defined by their parents' caring care and the persistent efforts of medical personnel. As the clock ticked mercilessly forward, hope flickered like a single flame in the darkness. Against all chances, the baby boy showed indications of life. A heartbeat echoed with fresh vigor, and oxygen levels increased with each breath breathed. In the face of hardship, he emerged as a beacon of resilience, a monument to the human spirit's fortitude. Weeks progressed into months as the baby boy went on a tremendous survival quest. In the antiseptic confines of the hospital, he got round-the-clock care, speech therapists nurturing the blossoming of his vocal cords, respiratory specialists directing the rhythm of his breath, and nurses ministering to his every need with unrelenting dedication. For 275 days, the hospital served as his refuge, a beacon of hope in the middle of the uncertainties of his precarious life. Then, on April 6, 2021, a day marked by elation and disbelief, he emerged from the cocoon of medical intervention, eager to embrace the warmth of his family's love. 6 months later, the medical team met to celebrate his incredible trip, shedding tears of pleasure and expressing appreciation. He was given a diploma recognizing his status as the most preterm infant to survive, and he stood as a tribute to the triumph of hope over adversity, a living testament to the limitless depths of human tenacity. Number 2. Boy saves baby. In the fabric of life, some moments test the limits of courage and resilience, moments when ordinary people are called upon to commit remarkable acts of daring. Such was the case with little Jaden, a 10-year-old boy whose bravery and composure belied his young age when confronted with the sudden arrival of his baby brother. It was an apparently routine day until fate interfered, changing the course of events in an instant. Moreau, Jaden's mother, was confronted with the commencement of labor despite her body giving no indication of the impending arrival of her baby. With her due date still days away, she was taken aback when her water broke unexpectedly, indicating the impending arrival of her kid. Moreau realized that her baby was in the breech position, a dangerous scenario that necessitated immediate intervention and decisive actions. With no one else available to assist her other than her small son Jaden, Moreau realized that time was of the utmost and that they needed to move fast to guarantee the safety of both mother and kid. Alone in their home, with urgency flowing through her veins, Moreau assigned Jaden a daunting task: birth to his newborn brother. Despite the gravity of the situation and the unfamiliarity of the circumstances, Jaden remained unusually calm, his youthful innocence balanced by a steely commitment to help his mother in her hour of need. As Moreau accompanied Jaden through the birthing process, she marveled at his calm and courage, taking comfort in his steady presence in the midst of catastrophe. With each carefully delivered command, Jaden rose to the occasion, his small hands working furiously to aid in the delivery of his sibling. Despite the rush of action, tragedy threatened to eclipse their efforts. Moreau began bleeding excessively, and her health quickly deteriorated when the placenta detached prematurely. Even in the face of adversity, Jaden stayed firm, his determination unflinching as he worked with his mother to bring their child into the world. The baby was safely born thanks to Jaden's assistance, but their agony wasn't done. As they dealt with the newborn's initial breathing difficulties, Jaden sprung into action again, retrieving a nasal aspirator to aid in resuscitation. With each carefully provided breath, hope flashed despite the uncertainty until eventually, the baby drew its first vital breath. Number 1. Twins born apart. In the annals of birthing, the emergence of twins frequently stimulates discussions about birth order, who came first, and who followed suit. However, Maria Jones Elliott saw no need for supposition or speculation in determining the ages of her twin girls. It was a shocking fact inscribed in time, the amazing story of two brothers born 87 days apart, defying twin birth norms and leaving an indelible impact on medical history. Maria's journey to motherhood took an unexpected detour when she went into labor 4 months ahead of schedule. Maria had no idea what unexpected events awaited her as her pregnancy progressed well. Only at 23 weeks, among bouts of uneasiness and stomach agony, did Maria's intuition rise, urging her to seek medical assistance. Maria's world was flipped upside down when she arrived at the hospital and learned of the immediate risk to her pregnant children. Faced with the terrifying potential of losing her darling children, Maria gained strength from her husband, Chris, and decided to fight for her girls' lives with everything she had. Maria gave birth to her firstborn daughter, Amy, at a delicate 24 weeks, after 2 arduous days of labor. Despite her preterm birth, Amy was sent to intensive care, fighting valiantly for her life. As Maria's contractions subsided, a period of anxious waiting began, filled with both uncertainty and hope. It was a waiting game flavored with both terror and determination, as Maria and Chris clung to the hope that their second daughter would survive the arduous path that lay ahead. Then, on the 87th day, the big day arrived. With Maria's labor-induced, her second daughter, Katie, made her much-anticipated arrival, a vigorous and healthy child eager to join her sister in the embrace of her loving family. Maria and Chris were flooded with thankfulness and relief at the arrival of Katie, as their family was finally complete. However, their elation was laced with a melancholy recognition of the difficult task ahead of them and the extraordinary odds that their kids had surmounted. Maria's adventure continued after Katie was born. With Amy still struggling for her life in the incubator, Maria went on a journey of patience and resilience, her unflinching love and dedication shining like a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Amy's strength and vitality grew as the days evolved into weeks, overcoming the odds against her little stature. And when the day came for both sisters to be reunited, it was a moment of extraordinary joy and triumph, a tribute to the human spirit's resilience and the power of love to overcome even the most formidable of obstacles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.